Hello everyone, Jeff with the Green Review here. I'm adding a North Star sweet cherry tree to my little orchard that I'm establishing here. And one of the things I like to do when I'm planting trees is to clean off the root system, whether it's shaking off the soil or washing off the soil. I like to clean it up to see what the root system looks like. Sometimes you'll find one side is dead from being exposed to sunlight on the black pot. Sometimes you'll find that the roots didn't grow very well at all and there's hardly any roots. Sometimes, like in this case, you'll find that there's a tremendous amount of roots that are in pretty good shape. Now, one of the things we sometimes find is that trees like this are grown in a field for a while, and then they're harvested, the roots are cut off, then they're potted up and grown another year or two in the pots. And that's the case in this cherry tree. We have a couple of large roots growing out to the side, but then they were chopped off. And that caused the root to send out a bunch of branches. And so some of these branches hit the side of the pot because that's where the original cut was. And now those roots are growing backwards through the middle of the pot and back across the trunk of the tree. And so they're wrapping around and growing across the middle. And we're going to have to wiggle these out of each other, get them all straightened out, and get them growing out away from the tree trunk and out into the surrounding soil where they belong. Sometimes, like in this case, we found a couple of roots that are growing vertically right next to the trunk and then branching off, and so we'll probably prune those off as well. At the bottom of the pot, we find several large roots that were pruned when they were dug up, and in this case they haven't branched out too much. There's a few branches, and again we have some roots that are growing in a circle and growing back through the middle of the root system, so we're going to have to straighten those out. Now, I generally like to wash the roots off rather than just shake off the soil. In this case, I shook it all off and spread it out so that it would be easier to see rather than having it all clinging and being all wet. As you can see in this case also, we have one side that's not doing as well. There's no roots on this side. That's probably the side that was exposed to the sun the most. So we will spread the roots out and see if we can get some that grow off in that direction as well. Normally, I mean, this is a pretty good root system for a tree this size in a pot like this, and it's pretty easy to take care of the few little minor problems that we have here. But one of the reasons we did this was to find those minor problems. I will soak this root system before I plant it because I really want to get some water into the roots, and then we will be planting it in this hole. And this has been a Green Review. Thanks for watching.